Alright, so I got the toilet in, it flushes, but I got a problem. A big problem. And I'll show you in my basement what it is. Alright, so my house got PVC sewer lines going out from the other two bathrooms. But this bathroom upstairs, which is probably the original bathroom to the house, is cast iron. Okay, the cast iron, I inspected it, it looked pretty good down here. But up there, right in here, looks pretty rusted. Go ahead and flush the toilet.
Okay.
Check this out. See that? See that joint?
What do you see?
The joint swelled up and water came out a little bit out of that joint. So that tells me that joint right there is bad. Yeah, I'll let you flush it again in a minute. So that joint's no good. It even looks like somebody put some foam there. Maybe there's a hole. Maybe it rusted out and they tried to put some foam in there or something. But I'm gonna have to cut that cast iron pipe and put some PVC. You can see it dripping right there down the pipe constantly. Go on, flush it please.
I just did.
Alright. Yeah, for sure that seam line. Yeah, for sure that pipe seam is leaking. That's the cause. Yeah, I don't see any major holes, but oh no, now I do. I saw a big major hole right here. Actually, I can't tell if that was a hole, but it sure did gush out right here. Like I can't see the hole, but there might be one here because that looked like it fountained out right here where the stick is. I mean, this is pretty rusty. I'm gonna have her flush again. Can you flush again when you're ready? Put a light up in there. Yeah, that looked like there was a hole. There's a hole there. There's an actual hole through the pipe there. So yeah, that pipe is... I was thinking it was here on the ring. You know, they could put I think they put lead. They heat up the lead and they put it in these seams. But that's an actual hole through the pipe itself. They sell epoxy in the plumbing section at Home Depot. You can go and fill this little ring in here inside where the lead goes full of epoxy. That might cure your problem for a little while. It might last a year, 5 years, who knows. But I have a feeling it's leaking higher than that. And anyways, it looks pretty rusted, so I'm opting just to gut this whole cast iron piece all the way down, all the way to here. Cut here, cut up here, and then I'll put my piping that I bought, my PVC piping in. Also, there's a little clamp here. This tells me it's been leaking down here before. So I've already got existing leaks. You get a crack right here in this piece of piping linked up here in this coupling. So I mean that right there is justification for me anyway to just go ahead and cut that out. Alright, so here's the 4-inch pipe that I bought. $20 for that 10-foot piece PVC. These are like $5. I needed 2 of those, and that's gonna go connect to the cast iron at the bottom. Then I got a long elbow. I didn't get the short one. This is a short elbow. You can see the radius is a little different, not much, but just enough to clog up your pipes a little bit more easier. I got a 90, another 90, and then my pipe will go down, another 90, and then a clean out. And then that will hook up to my cast iron, and this 10-foot piece of 4-inch PVC is all I need to hook that up. And of course you need a saw, and you need a carbide tooth thick metal blade here. This is a 9-inch what I'm using for cast iron. I got the thicker blade. There's one that will cut think it's 1/16 to 3/16 or something like that. This one cuts the little bit thicker metal, so I went for the thicker. And that's all you need. This is probably $120 worth of stuff to fix my problem. My fear, my worst fear, the worst case scenario is you cut here and this whole pipe comes flying down, or even if it drops 2 or 3 inches, that could be enough for this thing to misalign on your toilet flange. So I'm going to hook up my toilet because I disconnected it, and maybe that'll give it a little hold, because it does hold on to that flange a little bit. PVC is great, but it does, if the only problem that I know about it is over 140 degrees it starts to melt or soften up. But this is just for a toilet and a shower, so I should be okay. You definitely don't want to throw boiling water down your pipes, you know, in the kitchen, because that will eat up your pipe, make it soft, so don't do that. Also, I got these pipes in the way. I'm going to have to cut these pipes out to get my Sawzall to be able to cut this. And you can see it's very tight in there. You know, this is this subfloor of the first floor, and if I have to cut past here, I'm going to be in trouble, because there's no way I'm going to be able to cut past this point here unless I start. Well, I'll probably have to cut this piece of wood out. It's only 4 inches hanging down here. I might have to cut that wood too. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I could put some epoxy in there and hope that it won't leak. It might last. It might work. Shoot, it might even last for 5-10 years putting epoxy in there. But I'm just opting just to replace that piece. Here, I don't know if I got the right stuff, but I don't think this is a 90, so I might have to go back to Home Depot and get, this doesn't look like a 90. This looks like a 45, I guess. And I had those 2 pieces in my hand, but I didn't know. I think I messed up, but yeah, it looks like to me that that's not even a 90. See, a 90 would go here, and then it would be, you know, straight up and down here, and that's only like halfway here. So I got to go back to Home Depot and get a couple of these. I get the long 90, and that's wrong. The 290s would work, because a 90 would go this way, and then another 90 would go that way. But this, I think, flows better than putting 2 90s in. So. The less 90s you got, the better. The less turns you got in any piping is going to be better for you. Alright, and this is probably not needed what I did, but I did it anyway. Is I put a 2x4 and I used the toilet bolts and I secured it that way, just in case that pipe tries to fall. That'll kind of give it a little bit of stability to keep it up. Now that pipe comes up this wall and it elbows out to here a couple feet, so I mean, I'm sure just that elbow is going to keep it from falling, but that's just a safety precaution. Alright, and if somebody wants to try to fix that seal with some epoxy, this is what they sell at your local Home Depot. It's EP200 epoxy putty. Okay, this looks like dynamite. It's got a 2-part, it's got a dark and a light side. You mix them together, and that gets hard as steel in 15 to 20 minutes, it says. Okay, this would probably stop the leak, but to me it's like putting a band-aid on a problem. It might work for a while, might not, I don't know. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to do the cut and replace the pipe, because this pipe is very old anyway. So, but yeah, this could be a solution for you if you got this similar problem and it's leaking from a joint where the solder has maybe came out or cracked or whatever. pipe's in my way. Oh, these are tough to cut through. Alright, that gives me room to get up in here and make my cut up here. And that electrical cord's right in my way. Alright, so I'm so glad I didn't go for the epoxy because let me get the light up in there. You can see there's a hole up in there. See that hole? Clear through the pipe right there. That's where the water's gushing out. Now, epoxy might have worked for a little temporary fix, but I don't want to have to come back and mess with this in a year or two whenever it decides to fail again. So let's go and cut that out as high as I can get. Well, not too high. I need to get my band on there, my Fernco, or whatever they call them. My clamp needs to get. I'm going to cut it somewhere around here, right above that hole. Alright, for this cut, I'm using a Diablo blade, 9-inch. And it's thick metal, carbide teeth. Oh yeah, check out that hole. That's a very big hole there. So, this is just very deteriorated. If I would have put epoxy there, it would have only lasted probably a few months. Look at that. I don't have to cut way up here. Alright, let's try this. Alright, we're about halfway through. But I'm hitting this pipe here, so I'm going to cut this one a little shorter. Alright, finally got it. Thing fell down another foot. Alright, back to cutting my pipe. Gotta love my saw. You can change different angles on it with the flip of a switch. Pick that up. Wow. That was pretty bad. Alright, that blade's awesome. Cut through it like butter. See what we got here. There's the pipe cut. So it's not perfectly straight, but it'll do. Good enough. It looks like I cleared the rust. It was rusted in the last 3 inches of the pipe. Also, it's good news that this pipe didn't budge. It stayed right where it is. That's good. My fear was that thing would collapse down. Alright, before I cut the bottom, I want to make sure my new piping is going to be exact. So these are made in 45, 90s, and I think 60 degrees. I bought 2 of everything just in case I needed it. But it looks dead on the 45s. This is one's a street 45 and one's just a 45. And the street just means it's like female on one side. And you can see that's pretty dead on right there. See that? So I'll go with this. I'll put I don't know, a 4-inch, probably 4-inch piece of pipe up there on my Fernco. Alright, and for the bottom, I have a 90-degree long elbow, not a short one. Okay, that's going to go right here. And then I have a clean out that goes both ways. You can go down or up the pipe if you had to. I mean, say you would, most likely you're going to clean it out if you have a toilet. You're going to go from the toilet up, go toilet down. But just in case maybe there's a clog here, you can run that little auger up a couple feet to clear this bottom piece out. So I'll run that there. And then I'll have another fern coat right here attaching to this cast iron. Alright, so here's the pipe that I took down from up there. And you can see how corroded that is. That's pretty bad. Alright. Nice clean cut all the way through. And you can see where this had been repaired before. The clamp on there. Alright, there it is. Let me tell you, this is heavy. Oh wow, check this out. Look what just fell out of it. Wow, look at that. Crazy. Huh. Rusty crusty. Alright, let's empty this out and see what's in here. I wonder why it was draining so bad. Check this out, Blanca. Check this out. Look at all that corroded pipe. See that?
Yeah.
It's like a
It is
couple
heavy.
pounds worth of rust.
How can you pick up this?
You can see there's a crack right here. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It was cracked up top too. Check this out. There's a crack on this flange, so even if I would have put some epoxy in there, it would have still cracked. Crack would have, still came out of that crack. And wow, look at all that was in there. It's crazy. That's the old pooper. I'm not so grossed out because this hasn't been used in like 3 years, maybe 4, since 2016. Actually, it's been like 5 years.
No.
But it still smells like stinky. But all right, let me explain where I'm at here on this pipe. So I went and got a 4-inch fern coat, and it doesn't fit. I thought it was a 4-inch, and look, you could see how much of a gap there is that doesn't fit. So then I got some 3-inch fern coats, thinking it was a 3-inch, and you can see this is a 3-inch to 4, and the 3-inch is too small. So I went to a plumber store, and they told me they'd never heard of a 3.5-inch pipe, because this is 3.5. It's not 4 and it's not 3. It's in between. I googled it. They said that pipe's never been made. Well, here it is in my basement. So the diameter is 4 inches outside. Inside is 3.5. This almost fits the 3-inch, but not quite. But it's going to be a struggle. So again, I went to the plumbing store. The guy's been working there 20, 30 years. I even talked to an old timer. One of the old timer guys says use a clamp and put some duct tape around it to make it thicker. I don't want to go that route. I went to Buckeyes. There's a redneck guy there. He said, you know what? Do redneck style. Take some wood, some 1x3s, put it into your 3-inch pipe and stretch that out. Stretch it out to the point where you could slip that on with some oil, some olive oil or something on the pipe. And that's what I'm going to try, because I really don't want to do not electrical tape over the pipe and then fitting on a bigger piece, because that's just goofy. But that's where I'm at. That's why I didn't finish the other day. All right, that worked. We got it on. Use some Vaseline around the pipe. Clean the pipe first with some sandpaper. Put some Vaseline on that pipe. I used 3 pieces of wood to open it up. 3 pieces of wood to open it up a little bit. And right when it's open, you take it off right away and shove that thing on there before it starts to tighten back down. And it's all the way in there. Show you with the light. See? It's good. Exactly what I needed. Wasn't that hard either. That stuff really stretch. All right, I got a problem here. Put up the clamp. Put up on my coupler, and this side is hanging down like an inch longer than the other side. So I gotta recut that where it's level, because when you put your clamp up, if it's hanging down on one side, your other pipe fitting won't fit up in there too nicely. All right, got that 3" by 4" clamp up there. Put some grease on it, or Vaseline. Went up in there. I had to cut it again because it was a little bit hanging down on this side here. So I think it's good there. Got my clamp down. Nice and tight. All right, I ain't going nowhere. Now to put the bottom one back on. I'll show you how we did that. All right, first take your Vaseline. A little bit around this ring, right inside ring here, because I'm going to be struggling with it, and this just helps to get on. Then you're going to take this, get this in the camera, okay, step on it and just lift up, and that'll stretch the rubber out. The longer you hold it, the more stretched out it'll be. Remember, that's just rubber. That's all it is. Rubber can stretch. Don't put too much force because you don't want it to rip. Okay, keep holding that, Bubba. You got it? Now turn the camera around, show you what it looks like. See how she's holding the 1x4 or 1x3, I think that is. 1 foot on the bottom plank. Alright, now what I like to do, alright, go ahead and relax it. Stretch both sides of the plastic. And the trick is, as soon as you're ready to put it on immediately, because this is going to want to start to close back down. All right. All right, that's good. Take it off. You can see it's stretched open. See that? Then you gotta go in here and rustle it on. There we go. There you go. And then once you got it on, you can move it from the inside. If you push it on the inside, it'll help to push it in farther. Don't do it from the outside, do it from the inside. And now, there's probably only a few people out there that will ever have to do what I'm doing, because this is an unusual sized pipe. 3.5" cast iron pipe is not a normal size. I looked it up and they said they used it for power steam engines or something. Who knows, maybe back in the day somebody had some power steam engine pipes and they decided just to do this do this with that material that they had. And that's pretty much it. It's up and on there. There it is. Alright. And then I'll just fasten my clamp down. I prefer to do this method compared to what that old timer was telling me to do with some electrical tape around the pipe. You know that's going to probably leak if you go that route. So that's it. Alright, so my long 90 will be here. Something about like that. Okay. I gotta measure and see how much pipe I need. 64 and a half. Alright, got my long elbow connected at the bottom there. Yeah, I think that's gonna fit. A little bit of rocks in the way down here, but I can move them. Alright, clean out will go somewhere right here. We'll need a 5-inch here. Alright, now it's ready for PVC glue, primer and adhesive. But that fits pretty good. I even got it a little bit more at an angle going down. Alright, got my pipe all glued up and ready to go in. Alright, perfect fit. This clamp. Tighten the top clamp. Alright, finished. Whew. Alright, got that top one tightened up right there. Just gotta put some tape, Teflon tape on this clean out. And we're good. Who says you can't be a plumber, huh? You can be whatever you want. You just believe that you could do it. And don't be afraid to tackle something you're not normally equipped to do, or do your research. But I'm glad, I thank God I got this done. I'm gonna test it out right now, pour some water down there. Alright, use some Teflon tape and some true blue pipe thread sealant on this clean out right here. Let's get it nice and snug. Should be good. Alright, let's turn on the water. Hope for the best. I stuffed more fiberglass insulation in there just for the heck of it, because a lot of it fell out. Alright, let's turn on the shower and see if this thing leaks. Alright, so the shower's on. One thing I noticed, the shower, it holds a little bit of water down there. I don't know if that's normal. But it's just a pipe going from there to the toilet. And that's what it's going out right there. You see it draining into the toilet from the side. Alright, got the shower on. Pray for no leaks. I don't see anything leaking. No water under here. There's no leaks there. No leaks here. Good there. Good here. Good there. Yeah, we're good. I think we're solved the problem here. Other than the shower, it does build up a little bit of water before it drains out. It could be that the 1.5 inch pipe they used back in the day, I think the code is 2 inch minimum, so I might try to change some of that out, some of the 1.5 inch and put 2 inch, but this is ready. At least the toilet can work. And the shower will work, it's just it builds up a little bit of water in the base. Alright, I think I found out the problem to why it wasn't draining quick enough. I think it was clogged with hair and stuff. You can see all this stuff I got out of there. Some hair and all that rust. I used the auger. And it's doing a little better. I should have auged all the lines before I put the floor in it. Lesson learned. But it's doing good now. Alright, so job done. Took a couple days. Well, probably would have been done one day if I would have realized that I could have fit that on with lube or with Vaseline. I'm just surprised the plumbers didn't know to tell you that. Hey, just stretch it with some pieces of wood. A great idea. Alright, so I clamped it up here just to be on the safe side, just to give it some, rigidity. Got this nice barbell over here. Oh man, that's heavy. Wow, that's heavy. It's perfect for a barbell. Stinky barbell. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching me fix up my pooper pipe that hasn't been used for like 5-6 years. At least I've never used it when I moved in, so glad I fixed it. Alright, can finally finish putting on this toilet seat. Finished. And next video will be shower glass. But before that, I'll probably be doing the cabinet in here. It's a Carrera top cabinet, 48 inches wide. I need to get it plumbed. Need to run the electrical a little bit over here, over there. That'll be in the next video. That's it for this one. Take care and God bless.